Fox Tricks Rabbit. Rabbit just couldn't help himself from gloating about the successful scheme he had engineered. He was so proud of the stunt he pulled on Possum at the dance that a day didn't go by when Rabbit didn't bring it up in conversation.
"Did you see his face?"
Rabbit asked Sula the fox for the 100th time that day.
"I'll never forget it as long as I live."
"And evidently neither will we," said Fox, rolling his eyes for the 100th time that day. "Enough already. Yes, Possum needed to learn a lesson, but we were all at the dance, Rabbit. We all saw what happened." Fox stormed off, leaving Rabbit to think about what he had said. Despite his oversized ears, Rabbit did not seem to hear Fox. When it came to reminding Possum about the unfortunate event, Rabbit never missed an opportunity to flaunt his own tail, which, unlike Possum's, was still long and luxurious. Nor did he let up on his relentless teasing of Possum.
"Nice tail, Ujetsi, for cleaning out the inside of a bottle,"
Rabbit would say to Possum. Or sometimes he would ask,
"Possum, is that your tail, or is a snake following you?"
Possum never responded to Rabbit's teasing, but instead just hung his head low and continued about his business. These mean taunts caused considerable stress for Possum, who still fainted often at the mere memory of the winter dance fiasco, and Rabbit never let him forget about it. Rabbit found this quite hilarious, but the other animals began to feel sorry for Possum. They were getting fed up with Rabbit's incessant and insensitive teasing, too. The animals were also sick and tired of hearing Rabbit constantly bragging on and on about his own tail. It seemed as if Rabbit was always brushing his tail in front of everyone, or giving whiffs of his latest pine-scented tail shampoo, or drawing the entire forest's attention to his newest tail ribbon. Rabbit's bragging grew worse with each passing day, until finally Fox decided to take matters into his own paws. One bitter cold day deep into the winter season, Fox approached Yona the bear for help with his plan.
"How would you like to catch some fish for me? It's to teach Rabbit a lesson." "I don't get it, but I like it,"
Bear said, eyeing some fish in the stream Stawaya. Splash, splish, splash! Bear deftly caught 3 plump trout and gave them to Fox. Then Bear helped Fox break a hole in the frozen lake the Cherokee called Vidali.
"I still don't get it," said Bear, "but I still like it if it means that Jizdu will shut his mouth about his tail."
"Thank you, Yona," said Fox as he tied the fish to his own tail. "But for the plan to work, you better go hide in the forest. Rabbit will be coming along here soon." Then Fox dunked his fish-draped tail into the hole in the ice. A few minutes later, Rabbit skated across the frozen lake for his morning exercise and daily bragging sessions.
"Look at my fluffy tail waving like the flag of a proud country,"
Rabbit called out as he skated by Fox.
"Inspiring, isn't it? Don't you want to salute?"
"As always," Fox said through gritted teeth. Then he forced a smile. "Hey, Rabbit, did you hear about the tail fishing contest?" Rabbit's eyes widened as he skated to an abrupt stop.
"I haven't, but any contest requiring superior tail skills is a contest I'm guaranteed to win."
"The rules are simple," Fox explained. "Whoever catches the most fish with his tail wins. The winner trades in the fish for a very expensive imported pearl-tooth tail comb." Rabbit thumped his back legs excitedly.
"Tail fishing? Oh, yes, I'll be brilliant at that."
Fox nodded, pulling his tail out of the water.
You'll be better than me, without a doubt. I've been here for hours, and I only caught these 3 fish. In fact, I'm ready to give up. If you want my spot, it's yours."
Rabbit couldn't get his tail in the water fast enough. Plunk! Youch! This water was freezing. It was so cold that ice droplets streamed from Rabbit's eyes instead of tears. But he clenched his chattering teeth and settled into place, fighting off a full-body shiver. After an hour of fishing and catching nothing but a fierce chill, Rabbit became impatient.
"Darn this bad luck," he said.
After another hour, he grew annoyed.
"My luck is going from bad to worse."
After one more hour, Rabbit grew angry.
"This is a terrible fishing hole."
Then, after one more hour, Rabbit grew intensely jealous and stubborn.
"I can't let Fox win. I won't let Fox win the tail fishing contest if it is the last thing I do."
Rabbit stayed at his post and checked his tail every hour. The sun, called Nuda, went down, and still there were no fish. The moon, called Udo Svanoi, went up, and still there were no fish. The stars, called Aninoquizi, came out, and still there were no fish. Then Nuda came up again. Rabbit tried to check his tail, but what was this? It had frozen solid in the water. Rabbit tugged and yanked desperately, but it was to no avail, no use. His tail, his pride and joy, was stuck, immobile.
"Help!"
cried Rabbit, his chattering teeth unintentionally sending out an SOS in Morse code. Just then, Fox appeared.
"What's wrong?"
he asked, feigning surprise and concern.
"I'm stuck,"
moaned Rabbit.
"Well, then, give me your paws,"
said Fox. Tsula tugged and yanked and tugged until Jizdu's body cracked loose from the ice. Crack!
"You saved me!"
cried Rabbit as he tumbled over Fox and slid halfway across the frozen lake.
"Wado!"
he added, which the Cherokee know means thank you.
"You're welcome,"
called back Fox. Rabbit shivered as he rose to his feet, teeth still chattering from the cold. He tried to warm up both of his long ears by rubbing them between his paws.
"I thought I was done for,"
exclaimed Rabbit dramatically.
"It's a shame, too. I had just caught the biggest fish I'd ever seen, thanks, of course, to my wondrous tail."
That was enough for Fox, who had been holding back laughter since he freed Rabbit from the ice.
"Of course," he agreed. "It is quite a shame about your tail. Everyone knows it was the greatest, after all."
Rabbit stopped rubbing his ears and looked curiously at Fox.
"What do you mean, was?"
At that moment, Rabbit turned around and gasped. His long, fluffy tail had been left behind, frozen in the icy waters of Vladi. All that he had remaining was the tiny, cottony stump that all rabbits have today. And still, for Rabbit, there were no fish.